Welcome back. We have the currency exchange service which is providing the microservice for the currency exchange, and the currency calculation service is invoking it. In the last step, we added Fein to make calling the currency exchange service from the currency calculation service very easy. We were able to use Fein to do that. One of the interesting things to note is the environments related to currency conversion service and the currency exchange service. If you look at how they are present right now, currency conversion service has just one instance in production. However, the currency exchange service has four different instances. So it has a prod 1, prod 2, prod 3 and prod 4. However, the currency conversion service has only one instance, prod 1. What we are doing now is hard coding the URI or the instance of the currency exchange service inside the currency conversion service. I can actually move this to a property file, but the problem is that one instance of currency conversion service can only talk to one of these four instances. So I can configure the prod 1 currency conversion service to talk to prod 1 currency exchange service, or prod 2 or prod 3 or prod 4. I would want to be able to make the currency conversion service talk to all the production instances of the currency exchange service. I would want to be able to distribute the load between all these four instances. That's where Ribbon comes into picture. We are using Fein to call the currency exchange service. Ribbon can make use of the Fein configuration that we have already done and help us distribute the calls between different instances of the currency exchange service. So what we'll do in this step is enable Ribbon on the currency calculation service. And we would see that once we enable Ribbon, we would distribute the load between the different instances of the currency exchange service. Let's get started now. Let's go to the pom.xml of currency conversion service. If I want to make use of Ribbon, I would need to use the dependency for it. I would copy it in, so it's starter Ribbon, as simple as that. So now we have Ribbon. What I'll do is I'll also kill all these things which are running. So I'll just kill the currency conversion service application. We have the currency exchange service application which is running on port 8000. Let's not worry about it right now. After adding the dependency, the next thing that we will need to do is to enable Ribbon on the proxy. So I would add in an annotation at Ribbon client, and over here I would add in the name of the application that we would want to talk to, currency exchange service. So I'll do an import for Ribbon client. Now once I do this, I don't need to actually put the URL in here. So in the Fein client, I would not need the URL, because the URL we would configure it in a different way. We would not want to talk to one particular instance, but we would want to distribute the load between multiple instances of the currency exchange service. So what we'll do is we'll configure it in the application.properties. So the changes which we have done until now are Fein client, I removed the URL annotation or the URL attribute, and in the Ribbon client we have added it in with the name of the service configured in here. I would want to configure what URLs the load for this service has to be distributed between. How do I do that? I would want to go to the application.properties. Be careful about which properties you are picking up. We need to pick up the properties for currency conversion service. So I'm going to go to the currency conversion service. You can check the application name. It's currency conversion service. That's what we are interested in. You can also look at it down here, currency conversion service. And over here, there is a property that we can configure. The way you would do that is the name of the application dot ribbon dot list of servers is equal to, and you can configure the instances of the currency exchange service you would want to talk to. So one of the instances is this. I'll say http://localhost 8080. We'll also launch up one more instance. We would want to distribute the load between two instances of the currency exchange service. So we'll launch up one more instance. That's all you would need to configure the Ribbon on the currency conversion service. We will stop this step in here, and in the next step we would look at what is involved in running the application and trying to distribute the load using ribbon.